What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. Got an interesting review for you. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, I know this isn't for everyone. And truth be told, I don't do a lot in the self-defense wheelhouse. And the more I researched this particular one, I did realize that it is self-defense. So I'm just going to kind of run through things really quick. I did forget to grab the two options for carry on here. I think it is a tech lock, and then I think it is a really interesting pocket clip. It kind of folds back in towards itself, and then it looks like it has a little bit of a lock system to kind of catch the close a little bit, or the pocket a little bit, so it doesn't pull out very easily. Not everyone's favorite to have the sandwich lock sheath, but it works really well, and it definitely keeps it in place with no rattle whatsoever. So I'm just going to run through again very briefly on this one. I know it's not for everyone. This is the Marlin. I think there are some very interesting things here that you're going to want to check out. That is going to be that this is D2 with G10 scales, and it's coming in under $50, which I think is a fantastic price point on any knife that you can get into the pocket that'll do a lot of the cutting tasks that you're going to throw at it. Now, this is not going to be a slicer because of the recurve, but it is still going to work pretty good to get through dense material. If you need to get into a box or a package, or if you're trying to cut some straps or anything like that, it's going to work really well for you. It is comfortable. It's slightly contoured. You got some golf ball patterns here that I think are going to work really well. I don't know what else to call it. I'm saying golf ball, but as I say that, I kind of wonder if that's the right term. You got really good jumping here. It's going to really lock you into place, and then you're able to do that reverse grip for what I think this is intended for. I feel like from what I'm researching, this is definitely more of your self-defense type knife. Very acute tip. It's got a solid blade stock on it, so it should be very durable, should be able to handle any abuse that you're going to throw at it for sure. I have very large hands, guys. I am just starting to fall off the back of it, but I am able to get a pretty solid grip on this one. And again, it does feel secure in hand. They did do a nice job putting an edge on here. I did test it on a little bit of paper and cardboard. What you would expect is what you see on the paper itself. It didn't really, handle that too well because of the recurve. And then out on the tip, you're able to do a little bit of slicing on it. I didn't realize it because of the way that the sheath is, but it has like a termination right here. So I guess you could, if you needed to, choke up a little bit and control it to cut through something that you needed to be a little bit more delicate with, or that you would need some more detail with. But overall, this is definitely going to be more for your chopping and stabbing task. Again, a little bit different from what I normally do on the table. Let's just really quickly, I'm not going to do a bunch of size comparisons on this one. I just wanted to do a quick overview of it. Now, this is an EDC fixed blade. It has a low tip, drop point, very short blade. Definitely not a self-defense knife, and there you go. You can see that the Marlin's more full size. And then just to show you a budget knife, I don't have a larger one yet that's this size, but here's the Ripley, and you can see it is just ever so slightly longer than the Ripley, which is again a very full-size knife. I can get a full-size grip on there. So there's a couple of size comparisons for you. I love this little buddy here. I hope they bring them in stock. I recommend them all the time when someone asks me what's a good blade to try. The Smalt is a good one too, from Kaiser. So that's linked down below if you're interested. But here you go. Check in the weight on this one, 5 ounces. I don't think that's awful for a solid piece of steel that's been sharpened to be used for cutting task and or self-defense, depending on your application. So I think it's a very cool offering. If I were to send you to Takcom to look at something, if I didn't mention that earlier on, I'd probably say look at their new folders for EDC, and then check out some of their OTFs. I know if you're not an OTF fan, you're probably thinking, nah, I'm a folder guy. But they have some OTFs that are really good sizes that have drop points and have, I think, reverse tanto. if I'm remembering right. I might be wrong about that, which are useful blade shapes, and they do a good job with the geometry to keep them thin. So, for EDC tasks, to cut into stuff, to open things and such, going to work really, really well for you. But for me, the Marlin is not really for me. I'm grateful that they sent it along for me to check out. It seems very well made. I do like the stone-washed finish on here. I think that looks very nice. It should help protect the D2 from corroding, but I guess we'll see long term on that. And then the G10 and the texturing on here, they did a really good job. And you get a nice sheath. You get two different ways to be able to carry that. Now, I know I've been doing scores here lately, but on this one, I am going to forego the traditional score because it is not really EDC. So I want to save that for folding knives, OTFs that are meant for everyday carry tasks, not self-defense. So I'm just gonna not score it on this one and just let you know, if you want something self-defense, maybe you want to throw this in a bug out bag, throw it in the truck or car for yourself to have for emergencies. You can't go wrong with $50. And I really believe the way that they did the etch and stonewash on here, it's going to protect it from any type of corrosion. So it's a really good price. And I like Shane a lot, and he's just into a different facet than I am as far as the self-defense stuff, but he does really nice stuff at what I think are very compelling prices, and he works with OEs that deliver really good quality. So this is the Marlin, guys. Check it out if you're interested. Thanks for watching this one today. I know this is not for everyone, but I did want to cover it because I do think that it's a well-made piece, and I wanted to check it out. I like to look at stuff that's different sometimes to kind of mix it up for me, for the channel, for you guys who are watching, just to see something different, All right, thanks for watching. Links are down below. Likes down there if you want. And if you're not subscribed, and this is the first one you're watching, I know it might not be the one that you're most interested in, or I may not be covering typical content if you're looking for self-defense. I generally do everyday carry stuff. So I don't do these too often, but thanks for popping in. And if you're interested in other stuff, definitely feel free to subscribe. Special thanks to those channel member out there. I really appreciate you and that support that you provide to the channel. I hope you have a fantastic week, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.